So we see that she's been given a purpose, a call on her life. They're talking about this car and it has to do with the church. And she may be in leadership at the church. There's definitely something that she has to give to close family members. It looks like her dad was a pastor because Ray Hahn was a mentor to her father. So it looks like she comes from a lineage, maybe of a pastoral call on her life. There's something inside of her that God's birthing, and it's going to bring purpose to people's lives. It's going to bring a promise. How do we know it's going to bring a promise? Because remember, Steve had the Jaguar, right? He had the Jaguar. We see at the end that she says, hey, remember, he was going to go to work with his Jaguar. He had that promise, but she had to come back and say, remember, all your debt has been covered. So she's birthing promises into people's lives. Now, the problem is that now there's a gang attack, right? So there's an enemy attack on this call. It sends everyone into chaos, probably in her church. It's a warning dream. There's chaos coming. And there are three main demonic attacks coming at her, but she uses her authority to take care of this. And she says, in the blood of Jesus, in the power of the blood of Jesus. And she says it over and over again. But note that the dreamer thinks, I hope they strike him down, right? So there's maybe some issues there that, she's thinking of smiting, but God's thinking of saving. So there might be some issues that she has to work on, compassion and unity. And, we don't operate out of fear because, how many times have you been attacked where you thought, just break their teeth, Lord? Because in Psalms is one of my favorite scriptures, just smite them in the jaw and break their teeth, Lord. When I was younger. Not now, I promise. But that's an immature response to an attack. When you can look up from a heavenly position and look down and say, I pray that they get saved from their destruction. I pray that they get saved from their destruction. It may be 3 people in the church. It may be 3 demonic attacks that come. But here's what she uses her power and authority. She pleads the blood of Jesus. People get saved, means they get restored. Redemption comes. She lives in a place of gratitude, but because of her ability to walk through the attack, to be able to birth something, have the authority, maintain her integrity. Maybe there's some heart issues, but she doesn't let that get in the way of the authority that she's walking in. And out of that comes provision. God is going to bring provision because when these 3 people get saved, who are attacking the church or attacking the call, when they get saved, these people are people of influence. Yeah. And they're going to bring provision. And her whole thought process that they're in debt and stressed, and the church is in debt and stressed, it's all taken care of. And even as Steve doesn't even realize the blessing of the provision, he's tired and going to work, but she speaks over him. She says, no, wait a minute. Remember what we just went through? There's provision. Stand up in the provision. And she calls it out, and she says, remember, she's got the Jaguar, the promise. He's holding the promise. I think this is a beautiful dream. It talks about 2 of the things we talked about early at the top of the class, which is numbers are specific and animals are characteristics of who we are. It represents something in us and something that has to do with us.